Welcome to another Quantum Conversation, brought to you by AcousticHealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and I invite you to sit back as we enter the quantum realm, that space of the greater part of you. It is your connection to infinite possibilities, infinite potential, and infinite mastery. Oh, welcome everyone. This is a Quantum Conversation as our topic is going very quantum. My guest today is Susann Shier, and she is the founder of Soul Mastery, and she is an intuitive healer, a medium, and a conscious channel. Today's topic is all about parallel universes. Do you exist in a parallel universe? What is going on there, and how would we even be able to tell if we're in a parallel universe? That's our topic for today. I'm excited, and I'm excited to be back with Susann Shier. Hi, Susann.
Hi, Loren. It's great to be with you. And I love doing this topic and going as big and broad and deep as everyone wants to, because that's what we do, don't we?
Yes, it's really interesting because parallel universes, do we exist? I mean, this topic, it would be like every choice that we make creates a parallel reality. Is that correct?
Oh, that's a fun way to put it. I was going to say, when you started that sentence, every choice we make comes from our parallel dimensions chiming in with our human dimension. I mean, that's the ultimate, is to bring all of that together and make the choice from these multiple spaces combined.
That is beautiful. Very interesting. Okay, so really, we are multidimensional when we're doing that.
Yes. And we're designed to be multidimensional, all of us. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, how did you get into this work? How did you discover the aspects of parallel universes and how we can work create all of them?
Well, I had been doing energy work since I was 20, and I met a woman who talked about our soul origins from other worlds. And I was not what I would call a woo-woo person, but that was pretty woo. It was like, oh yeah, well, that makes sense. That makes total sense that we've been other places before we came here. Yeah. So she started talking about that. And then I looked up Michael Newton, who does lives between lives and all of that. And it was like, oh, that's interesting. He takes people on journeys to the life between lives. And I'm like, that's not enough still. That's not, where did we live? And I had learned a bit from her, and then I've expanded it the last 20 years about parallel universes. And the fact that many of us who are on a call like this are existing in parallel universes. And I went, if that's a big part of us, I want people to experience what that's like, what it feels like, what it looks like, how to bring it in here, how to embody it, because otherwise it's just a thing out there we don't understand. It's like when someone says, I'm from the Pleiades, I'll say, well, what does that mean to you? I don't know. It just sounds good. And I'm like, I want you to experience being from the Pleiades. I want those dimensions of you, like your parallel universes, which is what we're focusing on. I want those to be real for you because they're a part of your soul gift. So I started taking people on journeys because I'd done a hypnotherapy training, on journeys to their home world because I was like curious. And it was amazing how it opened those dimensions up for people. And they're like, I feel at home for the first time in my whole life. And then it was about bringing it here and going, oh, I can feel home on earth for the first time in my whole life when we get connected to those dimensions that are naturally us, in fact. Yeah. So fun. So fun.
Yes, it's really fun. It's really quite amazing. And so we're going to do a journey. We're going to go on a journey with you today. That would be beautiful. We'll do that in a little while.
Sure.
I love the way that you got into this and the multidimensionality of it all. And the feeling at home, I would say that is our one of the most popular questions is, where am I from? How do I know this? And
Right,
so
right.
to experience it and to know it, there's no going backwards once we experience it, right? Once we know it.
Exactly, exactly. And I love how you're saying that because there really is. It's like, okay, this is what's so real for me now. And I can hold that in my heart and know that for my life. Yeah, yeah. And so you can feel at home on earth here because you have that with you. That is key, is to feel home on earth. That's where we haven't been. And it makes total sense that we go up and out all the time, right? Those of the those of you who are parallels just go up and out all the time. And I want to talk about grounding too, because I'm a myth buster. I know everyone talks about a certain way to ground. I do it differently. Okay. So there's a feeling of going up and out all the time. Well, it's a good thing because what's happening is your soul is going, there's so much more of you. It's out here, it's beyond you, and it's part of your parallel dimension. So of course you want to go out there because that's where you get fed, in fact. So it makes sense. So it's just important to bring it here. So you have this constant, not just conduit, but just this constant flow, like a Costa Rican waterfall coming in all the time from your other dimensions to feed you and give you what you need here, which is what I call universal power, your universal power source. Very different than the power source of the human world. It's your universal power source. And that's what we crave part of home for.
So how would one, all right, so it's the journey that would allow someone to recognize or identify aspects of themselves. What about the imagination at play here? That really is something. It's not just imagination, is it? It's
No.
actually, it's coming from somewhere. So imagination could be from that other experience that we've had. Is that accurate?
Yes. Well, everything is creative imagination. People say to me, I can't visualize. I'm like, okay, imagine right now what's in your refrigerator. And you can do that, right? You get a picture. It may not be exact, but you get a sensation of something. We can all do that. And that's what imagination is. We imagine things, even as it relates to our intuition. We imagine, we sense, those go together. So we can all imagine what those dimensions are like. Yeah, we can feel and sense them. Yeah.
Okay, here's a question from our
Yeah.
It's Layla. Hi, Layla. Are you using parallel dimensions and parallel universe interchangeably?
Ah,
Actually, just yeah, define
great
that.
question. Yeah, good. First of all, I want to say that this is not parallel timelines. Okay. This is not parallel timelines. It doesn't relate to timelines at all. That people ask me that. It's not like you're on parallel timelines or you're doing parallel lives, like you're living in your past life while you're living here. Any of that. That gets very confusing, and the whole brain does not like that at all. It's dimensions of you. And yes, I do interchange the word dimensions and universes, because sometimes when I say you're living in, you're existing, you're not living in it, you're existing in it. That's different. And I'll describe that in a second. When you're existing in a parallel existence, it's a dimension, it's a dimensionality. It's not a place, it's not a star, it's a dimension. And that's what we have to learn how to expand to. So, for instance, if you had a child that went to kindergarten and you were nervous about them, it's like you're existing in the kindergarten room with them. Or if you have a house in New York and one in Brazil, it's like part of you is in New York sometimes, part of you is in Brazil. You exist in those two dimensions, right? Or if you go on a vacation, you're in Hawaii, but you're still part of you is still at home. Are you split and crazy? No, you're just expanding your dimensionality of where you exist, which is meant to be infinite. There's infinite possibilities of how we can exist and where we can exist. and what we can create from. And that is key. When you're existing in parallel universes, you're connected to infinite possibilities for creation. That's one of your great gifts. I'll stop there. I could keep going.
Yes, I'll keep going because you are expanding our consciousness here.
Yeah.
So it's really, I guess the next question would be, there are, that would be the thing to do, is to expand into the parallel dimensions. We could actually call it the quantum field, where
I believe there is definite overlap.
okay,
Yeah.
because where information is, right? There's information, there's skills, there's
Everything. There's not just the Akashic records, which is the record of all knowledge for all souls for all time. It's all knowledge of creation. It's the creation field. It's the field where we say we're a creator universe, right? Because it's all about creation here. So it's infinite creation in these existences. So any quality of spirit that you want to tap into, everybody's favorite is usually abundance, exists in those universal dimensions. So that's why I take people on journeys to these dimensions, so you can go, oh, that's what abundance feels like, etc. Or that's what divine love feels like. Or that's what absolute power feels like. Or that's whatever it is you're looking for. Freedom. People want freedom. Freedom is part of your parallel existence, to feel free to be all that you are. Now, we feel very limited in a physical body. It's different here. But without all of that, you are going to feel limited. You aren't going to be able to feel abundance, because it's a universal quality. Abundance is not a human quality. Freedom is not a human in and of itself quality, until you bring it in from your other dimensionalities of parallel existences. You bring it into your body, and then you're like, I'm free as a bird. I think I'll try flying. Well, I wouldn't, but people who do those kinds of things, the guys who walk across tight ropes from one building to the other, that's the image I'm getting all of a sudden. What do they access that allows them to feel okay to do that, right? They're accessing these larger dimensions that are taking them across. For instance, the Wright brothers learning how to fly. Do you think they just came up with it in an engineering fashion? No, they tapped into that sensation. And if you're in the sensation of being able to fly, infinite possibilities, then you start to design what that would look and feel like to aerodynamically create that. Yeah. Fun.
wow.
Yeah.
Really
I could go on about all the great inventions. How did we come up with the World Wide Web? I read an article in Time magazine years ago about the kidney dialysis machine. A man was in an elevator, and he said, it just came to me. Where does that come from? Infinite creation. Infinite creation. He had been thinking, we got to do something to help our kidneys and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, here you go, download. Yeah, it's available.
Download, yeah. Or you're helping to explain the download.
Where it's coming from. Yeah.
Coming from. Let's go into the download a little bit more.
Sure.
How would one know when they're getting a download? Is it just a deep sense of knowingness? How do you know?
Yeah. So the way I teach people is when you bring it into your heart, not your third eye. The third eye is a little too close to the mind. And so your mind is going to stop everything. But when you bring it into your heart, the heart is a better barometer. Now, this is the sacred heart, the deeper heart, not your emotional heart, because your emotional heart's trying to protect you all the time. So you feel something coming in, like, oh yeah, I'm starting to tap into the sensation of freedom, because I was talking about freedom, and I can feel some people on the call going, yeah, as I expand, it's so free out there. I wish I could live out there. I don't want to live here. So you bring this freedom sensation. Maybe it's a color, maybe it's a metaphor, maybe it's a symbol, maybe it's a creative imagination, maybe it's the whole video, doesn't matter. You bring it into your heart, and your soul knows in the heart space. Now, if you really want to get advanced, you bring it down into your abdomen where true deep knowing is, right? Because there's a sense of intention, and then there's a sense, which is up high, then there's a sense of hope or trust. Hope is like, I hope it's going to happen, and that's sort of in your head. Then you bring it down to trust in your heart. I trust this is going to happen. Now feel the difference. I bring that energy down into my abdomen. I know I'm free. There's no doubt, right? I know I'm free versus I hope I'm free. I know I'm free. I know it. So that's when you really go, it's not even a question. Mind, come on, get with the program. This is what I know. Yeah. And that's what we want to be able to create and manifest, is that sense of knowing that it's real and present. So our existence in parallel universes helps us with that knowing to tap into what it is you want to know first, and then bring it into your body. Yeah.
Well, this really interesting, because it's how I'm going to go to some questions here, because
Yeah.
this creativity,
Mhm.
this is, like, like you were saying with the inventions, when you look around at the world, where
Yeah.
there's other expanded consciousness. So Serafina, hi Serafina, she asks, how is a way to expand and stay in the dimension that is most creative and in alignment with where we are from? She also says, from listening to you and getting your book, I believe I'm from Mintaka, and it's helped me so much to understand. I am challenged to maintain the connection in my daily life to stay
Sure.
in tension.
Absolutely understandable, because there's such a pull to survive here. The body wants safety, security, and survival. And your brain is going, oh, that's not going to get you anywhere. It's just going to get you floating on a cloud, or it's not real, etc., etc. Okay. So the first, how do you maintain it? So when, for instance, how I teach it is, feel yourself just for a moment expanding beyond. I've got my hands up for those who are listening to the audio. I'm expanding my energy field out around me. Okay. And I'm going to put light in that energy field. I'm not just going to go, whoop. I'm going to put light in that energy field around me. Try that on, everybody, and bring it above you. You can bring it beneath your feet as a circle. Just feel that sense of expansion and bring light in, a light that you know and trust. Just let yourself breathe a little more broadly. Okay, now take a symbol. So Serafina, for this matter of Mintaka, Mintaka is all about light. That's why we're doing this. Light is all there is. Light is all there is. So when you feel that light all around you, take a symbol of it. Maybe it's got a cloak feeling, a cloud, a sunshine, whatever it is, bring that into your heart. And when you bring it into your heart, take a breath. And imagine a light in your heart. And then imagine there's a star out in the sky that's filled with that same light. It's like you're twinkling together. You've got some harmony going on between you and that light out there. And then let that light pour into your heart as a simple way to keep that connection. Let it feed you from the universe of light.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah. And there are a lot more tips and tricks I could give you too, but we'll as we go along and in the package. Yeah.
Yeah, comment from Serafina. Yes, I feel it. Oh my, I'm crying. Bed
Good
comfort
job.
you. See, this is what
Great.
it's all about. I get chills, just feeling this and feeling
Yes.
everyone's expansiveness, because if if all we do is bring people to this realization, we've done our job. And
Yes.
this is for everyone listening and watching, is that we want to help when this is the best way that we can help, by
Yeah.
helping ourselves expand in this way and anchoring it and holding it, and then helping others. And so it makes all the seemingly chaos out in the collective not so.
Right.
This is really
Yes.
what is meant by our universe, is right in front of us, 3 feet in front of us.
Yeah.
You know,
It also lives within you. We want let the universe live within you, and you can imagine the whole universe in your heart and in your abdomen. So, for instance, um, it's be with me where I am, is what you're saying to the world. Be with me where I am. I'm going to hold my universal sense of expansion. Come be with me if you choose. If you choose, it's here and it's available. If you're existing in parallel universes, you know all about oneness and the unified field. Now, trying to make everybody in this world one is impossible. You could say, well, we're all one. At one level, we are. At another level, we're all sovereign, thank God. So I'm not trying to be one with personality Loren here. I am one with her because we're both in that place of expanded connection to light. And we feel the vibration as together, but we're individual sovereign pieces, which is so important. That's part of living in parallel existences, is being very unique and very sovereign. And I'm an individual in a field. Yeah.
an individual in a field, but you can
Yeah.
we are all connected. I'm certain
Mhm.
that others can look back and see how we are all connected with experiences. All right, the oneness. All right,
Yeah. Yeah.
here's some questions. Callie, hi Callie. When I'm in parallel universes, can I interact with siblings who've passed on? And can I consciously feel this interaction in this location?
Yes. My siblings are all in other dimensions. And yes, I interact with them when it's, feels good to do that. And I'm doing it here. Absolutely. That is the essence of mediumship, being able to connect with others because they are in another aspect. They might just be in another aspect of this universe because they don't go to other universes. It depends on who it is. But absolutely. It's a
Okay.
beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. You don't lose anything. You gain oneness with your siblings. I know that. With my parents, my siblings, they're all on the other side. We're closer than we ever have been. We're being a family like we weren't before. It's wonderful for everybody. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, all right, this brings up a good topic.
Okay.
Well, there's such healing that happens in relationships. If
Yes.
it could happen, if it doesn't happen in the earthly realm when we're here, as that could be challenging for some, it can
Yes.
happen after they cross over. I remember
Yes.
dream space with my stepfather. He was
Yes.
an adversary, but now he's one of my guides, and
Yes.
we all get along now, and it's fun. The dream space, Susan, the dream space is another parallel universe. Is that right?
Well, in the dream space, we go out into the dimensions that we know. And if our dimension is parallel existence, which again, most of the people on this call are drawn to this, so they absolutely are, you're going out there. So when you're going out there, you are connecting. It's your time to get fed because you're not in a conscious state, cutting it off by those dimensions. Now, we don't remember all the dreams from those dimensions, but they're happening. There are other dream states where we're working stuff out from our subconscious. We know that, that's the chaotic dreams, but the dream state, absolutely. And when you're just falling asleep, you can get that feeling of, and when people go on ayahuasca journeys and mushrooms and things like that, that's what they're tapping into, is those universal dimensions. That's why they're so popular. Everyone wants to feel what it's like to be in those states. What I love about doing journeys with people is I teach them how to bring it back here and hold it here. So you don't have to keep going on an ayahuasca journey, for instance, to connect with that space and then clunk back here, etc. So for instance, I've worked with parents with their teenagers, young adults who start doing drugs. And they're like, I can't do this. They're doing the drugs and stuff like that. What do I do? And I'll say, let me talk to the teenager, but let me help you understand. They're doing that because they want to touch into their expanded self. It's not enough here. They're in high school and it's a slug. They know there's more and they want to connect with that. So when I'm able to be with those teenagers, what happens is I'll take them on a journey and they'll go, yeah, that's what I do. Whatever I do for is to get there. So I'm teaching them how to do it on their own, and that it's okay for them to live there and here at the same time. And that's what their soul is designed for. And I want them to be doing that because the world needs it. Yeah.
So it's as if our soul exists everywhere then in those
Yes.
parallel universes. So this is really, would you say that you're teaching embodiment?
Yes.
Yes, it's embodiment.
Absolutely. Divine embodiment is what it's about. That expansiveness is great. And I'm expanded at one level all the time because I'm connected to all of that. Not perfectly, obviously not, but I live from it. If someone says she walks or talks, it's because I'm living from that place and I feel guided and I trust and know my guides and I know I'm guided. Isn't that what we all want? Is to feel that we're guided by spirit, guided by our soul, guided by our heart, and being connected to those universal dimensions, existences of us embodied is the way to do that. Yeah.
All right. Here's another question.
Okay.
Cindy, can a person die in their parallel universe and still be alive here? I woke one morning not feeling cold, but when I touched my body, it was very cold. I thought I had died until I was able to get up and realized I hadn't. That's why I wondered if it was in parallel.
Ooh. I would say it wasn't quite that. If your body was cold, it feels like what happened is you didn't bring those dimensions back with you, because that's really the cold, dead human state, is the 3D state that doesn't have that connection, right? Don't we feel cold? And you could not just physically, but in many ways shut down without it. So I feel like what you did, which is, and I'll talk about the wound of separation in a moment, what you did is you came back without it, assuming you can't bring it with you here, which is a common challenge, soul challenge that I call parallels have, is that sense that it's not okay to bring it here. It's not okay. It won't be received here. It's not okay. So I'm going to leave it out there and I'm going to do the best I can in a physical capacity without it. And then they go, oh my God, I can't. This is impossible. I can't do it without it. And that's when the awakening process opens up and we're like, I got to have it. I got to have it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I gotta have it. I know we all want it. We all want it. We want that experience and that knowingness. Isn't that comforting to know that we can be in that state? That's extremely comforting.
Yes.
No matter what. That's just
yes.
Cool.
Yes. Yes. And it's okay that we're reaching for it all the time or feeling like we're in la la land. We'll talk about grounding as well. And then what was the other thing? That's what happens when you're in many dimensions.
Separation.
But many things, the wound of separation. Okay, great. So yeah, I touched in that a bit. The only wound is the wound of separation when it gets right down to it. If you're having any trouble, it's because you don't have your spirit's influence in that moment. You haven't allowed it in, and it goes back to the soul challenge. When you first came here for your first incarnation, you said, oh, it doesn't work to bring that here. They don't like it here. You know, the people here are like, what are you talking about? That's cray stuff. So you said, okay, I won't bring it. It's too much for everybody. And you were like, oops, that's giving your power away right there. Instead of going, no, this is everything. This is oneness, infinite creation, universal power. I'm going to bring it. If you guys don't want it, I don't care. I'm going to have the experience of a lifetime here. So it's about bringing it back here. And that really is the wound of separation, is the bottom line. That's why I love working at that level, because it takes care of it. You don't have to worry about ancestral healing. You don't have to worry about your childhood. It ripples all the way through when you release it at a soul level and shift it at a soul level and bring in what you didn't bring in before. See? Much easier. I want to get on with life. I don't want to be healing my whole life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Time when we're done with the healing.
Done with the healing. Yeah.
Where we could actually use this concept to get to clear out the stuff instead of looking at it, instead of,
Right.
watching layers that come up. We can just flip it. It's almost like we're going to flip
Yeah.
it and just expand into it. All right. So then here is another question.
Okay. And I had a second part too, right? That you wrote down.
Grounding.
Thank you. We'll remember that. Okay. We'll come back to it. Thanks. Okay. Another question. And I do want to just say one quick thing before that question. And you want to say something too. Okay.
No, you go first.
Okay. All right. So the way I work, which is for a while, is instead of trying to get rid of stuff so we can be connected, what about flooding ourselves like Serafina had the experience, and all of you did that did the meditation, little mini meditation, bring it in. Guess what it does? It flushes out anything that doesn't fit anymore. Much easier, much more fun. Bring in the light, and it's like, I can't live here anymore. I'm going down the drain to those parts that don't belong anymore. Because you've upped your vibration and it doesn't fit, right? So to speak. Okay, great. And that's the best, easiest way to do it because it's visceral. Yeah. Okay.
And I think you answered the next question. How do you bring it in?
Yeah. Well, we'll do a journey in a little bit, and that gives you a basic way to do that, how you bring it in. You have to connect to it first and then bring whatever it is you're looking for. The more specific, the better. Because we're not just going, I want to bring in everything. You start with something that's real to you, you bring it in, and then you expand and bring in more and more, and then you're always creating.
It's almost like quantum leaping then.
Yeah.
Allow us to quantum leap if we're doing this practice where we're connecting with something. Like right now, I'm remembering the star that we connected to through our heart, and it's like a twinkle right there. And so that's the practice. That's the protocol. And so if we wanted to do things for our business or abundance, or maybe finish the book or draw on maybe people to come into our lives, whether it's for work or for romance or any of this, that's what we're doing. The specificity of what we're bringing in is
well said. Yep. So imagine everything is energy, which we know. We've known that for a long time. So we want to tap into the energy, the kernel of the energy of it first. Okay. So if you don't feel a connection to family, like your family here is just like, oh my God, my family, my sister, whatever it is. Okay. You're missing a feeling of family. You want family. So you keep working to get your family, together and all of that. Well, is it working for you? Not so much, okay? You're craving, you have a divine urgency for family. Where are you going to get that? You go out into the universe where you as a soul, before you started doing earth incarnations, knew massive amounts of oneness, family, home, support, all of that. You go out there, connect to that essence, which will be unique to you. Everyone has a different experience. Bring that in, feel yourself full with that, and then you're like, okay, fam, whatever. You're not expecting something from them that they can't give you.
Mhm.
Or if you want to expand your business or finish the book, you need a little divine catalyst coming in to finish the book. I've written a whole bunch of books. It's like, you get to a point where you're like, oh my God, do I have to write more today? And it was always, okay, I promised love I would write today. So I connect to that divine catalyst and go, okay, we're going to do this together. Here we go. And then you're able to, then it's just bringing it in, that beautiful essence of whatever infinite possibilities for creation wants to bring in. Yeah, through your soul and heart.
You are already leading us there. I can feel our.
It just happens, doesn't it?
It's wonderful because, wow, it's empowering. I mean, feel it.
Yes.
Power.
Yes.
And so with all the conversation about, your soul knows, this is what our soul knows. And so this is a technique that allows us to tap into what our soul knows.
Yes.
I
Yes.
love it. Okay.
And has known for a very, very, very long time, way before we got into our human thises and that, for sure. Okay.
So then that leads me to another question. We're going to get to our process here in a moment, but then past lives.
Yeah,
What role I mean, the Akash is there too.
sure.
It's everything. It's past lives, right? We can
Yeah,
wisdom of that.
yeah, yeah.
And so then I guess the next question would be trusting the information that you're getting. It would almost become like a no-brainer because of the process that we're doing, where the information that we're tapping into, we bring that into our body and we feel it and we know it. Have you ever had people challenged by trusting it?
Oh, sure, because we have yeah. We have old patterns that don't know if you can trust something that's invisible. And this will go back to your soul woundedness as well, your soul challenge, that you don't trust, because in an individual session, I can teach people I can show people, tell people, whatever it is, about their soul challenge and why they feel challenged in trusting invisible things, or why they feel challenged trusting other people, or why they feel challenged trusting anything, life itself, because those are soul challenges that we bring with us. So past lives will be playing out the combination of our soul gifts and strengths and purposes with our soul challenges. So it's not so much about learning lessons, it's about bringing those gifts in and waking up to what our challenges are that are keeping our gifts from coming in. So we want to focus on, we talk about our DNA as though it's all bad. Our parents gave us this terrible DNA and our ancestors, blah, blah, blah. What about the DNA of our soul? The soul has a DNA that holds our gifts, our strengths, our purposes. All of that is held within us. That's what we want to access to make the most important, meaningful part versus, again, just trying to heal all our past lives. Now, am I aware of a past life where I was drawn and quartered? Yes, I was. That's why the movie Braveheart meant something to me, because I was right there doing this. The same thing happened to me. Okay. So I'm aware of that. But when I become aware of that, I can bring in something from my soul that shifts the whole thing. And it's like, oh, it never happened, but the impact of it is done. And that's what we want. Done, easy, move on.
And get on with it. Okay.
Get on with enjoying our life, because that's what we came here for, the adventure. That's why you're in Costa Rica. It's the adventure of life.
Yes, it's exciting.
Yeah.
Side of the old realms, actually. Okay, so now grounding. Before we get to
Yes.
the process and more questions from our audience, the importance of grounding. We always hear this, and I guess this goes back to embodiment.
Uh-huh.
What's the importance of grounding, and what does that mean? It means being in the body, it means connected to the earth, it means being present. Can you
Right.
define that for us?
Sure. So I've had a lot of people, again, over 30 years, come to me and say, well, I was told to stop going out and I need to ground. So I take my energy and I take it to planet Earth. I bring it into Gaia. I'm like, well, what does that give you? Well, it helps me feel grounded, like they told me I should. And I'm like, does it really help you? No, it doesn't. What if you go out in the way that you really want? What if you go out into the universe, get these dimensions? Loren talked about a star. Bring that star into your heart, your abdomen. Bring a field of stars beneath your feet, as what you ground on is the universe of you, your parallel dimensions of the universe all around you as you're grounding, because the energy of those stars is the energy of the earth. It's not different, right? And then you have all of that from the universe and all of this in your body, and all that the earth goes yes, yes, yes to, and you feel more present than you've ever felt before. And that's what I've witnessed and helped people with for years. They're like, oh my God, I'm more present now than I've ever been, because they brought their universal dimension in. Yeah. So, yeah, glad to help with that one, because that's been huge for people forever.
Yeah.
That feeling of not feeling present and not wanting to be here is part of it too. But when you have that connection, you want to be here, because then it feels good to be here.
Yes, yes. Okay. All right. Well, there's more questions, but I think it would be wonderful to
Good.
journey right now. Let's do a journey so we can experience it, and maybe that will assist us in answering some questions, or maybe
Okay.
more.
Sure.
Thank you.
The
Okay.
questions are great, though. I love that people are asking questions too. So, where do we want to journey to? Okay. Let's pick a quality of spirit for everybody to connect to, that we can all sort of be on the same page. Otherwise, people may go off in a million directions. So I don't know if you want people to put in the chat, what do you want to connect to? Or if you just want to say, let's do this.
Let's connect to abundance. I love
Okay,
that.
great.
The feeling of abundance. It is a birthright.
Yeah.
And we all know it, whether we've been challenged with it. Many of us have that as a soul challenge.
Sure.
Good. That would be great. Thank you.
Okay, great. You're welcome. So let's go to the sort of the root of abundance, is that feeling, that I'll always be taken care of, right? I'll always have what I need, and there isn't anything I can't create. Can you feel how those three pieces are essential? Otherwise, you're just going, I want abundance, and you don't really know what you're looking for. So everybody pick one of those, that I feel like I'll always be taken care of, I always have what I need, or there isn't anything I can't create and manifest. That sensation, okay? So you can start to open the field of your parallel existences, because you're asking for something specific versus just an idea about abundance, which isn't going to get you there. That's why you haven't gotten there fully, okay? All right, so I'm holding right now a knowing of abundance in myself, okay? So that there's a template for that. It's a sensation. All right, so just go ahead, everybody. Put your attention on your beautiful breath and close your eyes if you feel so inclined. And as you close your eyes, feel yourself connecting to a universal source of light that you know and trust. Maybe it's a star, maybe it's the sun, whatever it is, a universal source of light. Whatever you imagine right now. Breathe that in. We're going to do it fairly quickly, so we have time for other things. Breathe that in. That light that you know and trust into your heart space. Breathe it down. Let that light come in. And remember, you're bringing it into your sacred heart. The space that's like a sanctuary behind your physical heart. The physical heart might be feeling some stuff right now. Just say, it's okay, little heart. I'm going to get you what you need. Feel that light coming into your beautiful sacred heart. And then expand that light beautifully into your chest. Into your abdomen. Breathe that down even deeper, that light that you know and trust. Take it into your hips and legs and feet. Back up into that back and spine. Into that head, neck, and brain. You are one light. And as you expand it all around you, feel that light hold sacred all that you wish to experience of abundance. You don't need protection. You just need to be held sacred by the universe of light. Now come into your heart space with that feeling of what you want to create. Feeling you'll be taken care of abundantly, feeling you'll have what you need abundantly, feeling that you can create anything you want abundantly. Feel that in your heart. Let that take over your heart space. Again, if there's other little funny things going in your emotional heart, just let it go for now. Just say, I'm going for something more valuable. Take a deep breath and then let yourself move out into what I call the universe of you. We call it parallel universes. It's your universe as well, your universal existences. Feel yourself expanding like a great explorer, visual, sensation, impression, color, feeling, whatever it is. Let it come to you. Maybe it feels like nothing. Black or blank as you go into that field of abundance, calling for that, asking for that, wishing for it to come to you. Trust whatever comes in, exploring, expanding with your heart available for what you truly want abundantly. Then feel yourself, whatever is coming to you. If it's just a black blank space, know that's infinity. It's everything and nothing all at once, everywhere. Infinite. You're connecting to infinity. Then feel whatever it is that's come to you, a feeling, color, sensation, symbol. Have fun with it. Know that it carries a metaphor for you. It has deeper meaning. Breathe that when you're ready down into your heart space, letting it pour in like liquid, flowing into your heart. This essence of abundance that you long for with everything in you. Awakening a whole new quantum level of it into your beautiful heart, into your life. Now breathe that into your abdomen. And when you're ready, you're going to fill your whole body with this essence. Or if it's a visual, you can keep the visual in your heart or all around you. It's like you're embraced in it, held by it. This abundance, this essence of abundance is all around you and in you, the way it's showing up for you now. Down beneath your feet, way out in the universe above you. It is now you. I am this abundant being. I always have what I need. I'm always taken care of. I have the capacity to create anything and everything I wish to abundantly. Feel that fully alive in you, knowing it will grow and keep growing. And we will complete with a sense of deep appreciation for this extension of universes, always here with us, ready to provide abundantly with us and for us in co-creation. And so it is.
How can we not be beaming with the energy?
I'm
That
so
is-
glad. I'm so glad.
Seriously, how can we deny this? It is
Yeah,
potent and powerful. Thank you.
yes. That's true universal power, is knowing and being connected. And I just saw my little necklace. It's a necklace of a view of the world.
Um,
So I keep this here. So anytime I'm bringing something like this in, the world is receiving it. It's that easy. That easy. Yeah.
well, thank you for that, because I know I'm feeling elated, and I'm trusting that everyone is feeling elated, beaming. Is everyone beaming and glowing? Yes. Oh,
Oh,
great. Well, I want to get to
beautiful sacred holiness that just showed up. I love those words together. Beautiful sacred holiness. Damn, that's great.
and so yeah, that was just so beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lots of kudos are coming in for you, Susan.
Great.
More questions. This would be beautiful. Let's go to Tamra. Tamra, you can unmute yourself and share your question by voice. Hello.
Woohoo.
Well, hello, beautiful ladies, Susan and Lauren.
Hi.
That was
Hi.
amazing.
Good.
Like kudos to, there were so many connections. I've had difficulty grounding. not wanting to be here. And I guess that just a couple questions really quick. Is soul fragmentation, soul retrieval, like one and the same you're talking about?
Okay, great. I would not say soul fragmentation is the same, because that has the feeling like it fragments off in these crazy places and not never to be returned again kind of feeling.
Yes.
So that I wouldn't equate it to. Soul retrieval, yes. Because the wound of separation, imagine you as a soul are connected to infinite creation. And you come here, and on your way here, for various reasons, you let go of that connection. A soul retrieval is reclaiming, reuniting with that connection again to the abundance of your soul, to all that your soul is in those other dimensions. Yes.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Good.
Yeah. So I guess in regards to that, there is a part of me that, well, it's a saboteur. It's,
Hmm.
I've had trouble, like I understand myself more astrologically, and
Sure.
so there's what's called interception. And so the interception is that Capricorn energy of being the authority, carrying through, like I will start
Okay.
something and I
Okay.
will quit just before. And
Uh-huh.
so there's a part of me that cries, and I want to cry right now, I guess, to connect with that part of myself.
Yes, exactly. And this is exactly why I do what I do for as long as I have, because we all have that longing to connect to those beautiful aspects of our soul that we feel are missing. We feel that with always that feeling of something's missing, whether it's my purpose, my family, love, whatever it is, something's missing. And that your soul crying out to reunite you with the fullness, the abundance, the all of you, that you
Yeah.
want to know. And your astrology is the soul came first, and then it picks, my understanding is it picks certain astrology patterns, sun sign, moon sign, all of that, whether it's Western or Vedic astrology, picks various pieces to help it bring its soul gifts through.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Oh,
yes, the soul challenge is those shows up as sabotaging mechanisms, trying to keep us from having it all. Darn it. Yeah.
oh, those, okay. Okay.
Great.
All right. And
Great
so,
questions. Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. And so I guess your upcoming package,
Oh, yeah. The
expectation,
upcoming package is,
we'll
yes, we'll
we'll
give
talk
you
about
that.
that.
We are.
Beautiful. Thank you,
You're
ladies.
so welcome. You're so welcome.
Thank you, Tamara. Beautiful. Well, I'd like to talk more about your package now, because this is ways that people can work with you. We're going to go to more questions from our audience, beautiful questions coming in that help everyone. But you offer, personal sessions for people, but you also offer training for people to, this is a 21-day immersion where people can feel at home on earth in your universal self.
Yes.
Connection. Tell us about this offer.
Exactly. Well, this is designed especially for you parallel for sure, because I have so many, because nobody understands, it seems to be my deal to help parallels feel like they can be seen and understood here, because it's like, you feel out there, all the people that are called autistic and ADHD and all of that, it's parallel dimensions. You just, you're learning how to land it here. I won't go into that whole speech because I love doing it, but it will take time. Okay. And your empathic nature. Oh my God, there's another one that I work with in this special offer number 1, feel at home on earth in your universal self. So many people from these larger dimensions, existences, have this overly empathic nature. And it was not designed to be like that, like this handicap that goes, I just pick up everybody's energy. Do you think spirit really wants you to pick up everybody's energy? No, it's because of a soul challenge, which I explain in the course, and then I help people with it more specifically in a session. So you don't have to pick up everybody's energy. Your empathic, sensitive, perceptive nature was designed to be able to be perceptive and sensitive to spirit only, period, right? But you come down here and it's, it's another dimension altogether, and you get confused and you think you want to help people. So you're like, oh, what? I feel all this fear and I want to help them. So I'll take it in and turn it around, because that's what you did as a soul. You could just shift anything, but you can't change somebody else's fear. So you take it on and it sits in you and you're like, oh my God, I took on their fear. The thing I always say to empaths, which is one of my favorite things, is, do you find yourself picking up all the joy on the planet? No, you just pick up all the fear and the anger. It's like, something's wrong with that picture. That is a soul challenge that can be changed. It is not your natural state. So don't keep thinking it's just what it is. It's what spirit gave you. It's not. Okay, off that little pedestal, because it's just so important to understand there is a way through that one, because so many people feel handicapped. I want to help people, but I can't. I want to have a bigger life, but I can't. I want you to have that bigger life. I want you to. You are so valuable here. Parallel existences are where the new earth exists. It's about dropping it in, downloading it. You guys have complete connection to it already. That's why you say, I want to get out of here and go to the new earth. Bring it in, and then you can have it all while you're here. So these are the kinds of things we talk about in that course, that training, all those kinds of things. And so you guys can read about it, since I just went off the rails with my excitement about it.
We love it because we all
I know. I love this course, because it's all about helping you in all ways to be on earth and have the time, the adventure, the love, everything that you've been wanting, and feel embraced in it, and feel that your transformational process can be easy, because you're all instant transformers. You can change the world in a nanosecond once you have this connection. So this will be what that gives you. Not being a people pleaser anymore, not being overly giving for the wrong reasons. When you understand why at a soul level you do these silly things, we've all done them, let's face it. You're like, oh, that relates to, right. Okay, got it, done. Okay. You don't have to try to figure it out. Was it because your mom, or because you're a bad person, or you have low self-esteem? Speaking of low self-esteem and self-respect, when you did the journey today, was there any question in your heart about how valuable you are? No. When you have that expanded nature of abundance in your body, oh, I'm abundant. I'm valuable just because I am. That's what you want to be able to hold, versus I'm valuable because of this, or this. Okay. So, okay, great. This is I just came across this sentence. This is your opportunity to fully engage the beautiful foundation of your remarkable soul connection to the vastness of all creation. I'm that cheerleader that wants you to have that. Okay. All right. So I list all the things. Class 1, you don't need me to go into all the details, right?
no, right there. People can read those. Beautiful.
Exactly. They're sovereign. They know how to do it. So I'll go on to special offer number 2. So that includes the first part, and then a hugely discounted private session with moi. And not just with moi, it's with your guides, your guidance collective. You have a bazillion guides when you're existing in parallel universes. A bazillion. More than just 1 or 2 that you're trying to figure out their names of. Okay. I want you to get connected to all of that. What we do in that session is I teach you about your parallel universes, more of that, your other home world, Serafina talked about Mintaka, etc. I want you to understand what that means for you, what your gifts, strengths are, your purposes, what all your deep value as a soul that you brought here. And we'll talk about your particular soul challenge. And yes, we will release that. And we will do a journey in that time as well to help you connect to your greatness and all that you are, so that you have. And then we'll talk about how to move forward in areas in your life that have been stuck, sabotaged, aren't moving, whatever, from a soul perspective. So you get your soul and those infinite possibilities all unlocked and unleashed. Yeah. And coming in so you can start to make a whole new path. And this is a great year for making a whole new path for sure. Right on target for it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Yes, yes. And I work with your children as well with doing that. I don't always have time in the particular package, but I just want people to know, because there's so many people that are like, can you help my child understand their soul and their gift? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I love doing that.
What a beautiful facilitator and guide that Susan is for our beautiful audience. Empowerment is the word that keeps coming to mind. Embodiment. It just feels so good. The victim game is over here.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Victim game
Yes.
is over. We are empowered, embodied, and sovereign. I love those words. Cool.
Yes.
So
Yes.
please check out the special offer.
Mhm.
Take advantage of this. There's a 2-payment plan. If that helps you make it easier to get on board with this, she is really ready and willing and able to assist you on this journey. Beautiful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if we haven't talked about love, there's a lot of people that feel like they haven't met the love of their life, or they haven't connected to that sense of being loved. They're people pleasers. They're here for everybody else. Like, well, what about me? And they've done a lot of self-love. If you want to connect to that pure essence of divine love that your soul knows and has not been able to actualize in your life, that I love doing for people as well, because it's essential, that sense of feeling that the divine love as home base within your heart is there to fill you. And then you can look at your contribution in the world completely differently. Yeah.
Yes, we're fortified in that way.
Mhm.
Fortified with divine love, that divine connection.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oneness. So
Yeah.
beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Let's go to some more questions. We've got a few
Yeah.
minutes. Okay. All right. How can we bring in the help from parallel realm and heal the situations in our lives for people who are still experiencing challenges?
So are we talking about the other people's challenges or the person writing in's challenge?
I
What do
would
you-
say heal the situations in our lives. And so for those people who are still experiencing challenges, how can we bring in help?
Oh, okay. So you know what, guys? We'll always have some challenges because we're always growing, always creating more, and we will bump up against some things. Okay. It's not that Lorraine and I are just sitting here going, well, we're challenge free. We're not victims anymore. We don't feel any of that stuff. Be with me where I am because we're perfect. No, we've learned how to work with challenges in creative ways. So consider the guided meditation we just did. Go back to that. Feel that in your body, even if it's just a star in your heart. Okay. When you do that, and you feel that in your body, the stars all around you, just activate it again. Then imagine, instead of a whole situation in front of you, imagine maybe the kingpin person. There's always people in situations, right? If you were to say, well, I got a speeding ticket and that's my situation, well, it relates to the system and the people in the system you don't like, right? So imagine them standing in front of you when you're in this star-lit place. Hold that in yourself no matter what. Maybe you have a little anger that comes up about a situation or sadness. Hold this like a hum inside yourself. See that in front of you and sense how you relate to that situation now. And just feel how it is shifted. So you don't want to separate them out. I'm going to do this meditation and I'm going to feel really good. And then I'm going to go out there and tackle the world, right? It doesn't work like that very well. That's that wound of disconnection, believing you don't get to have that connection while you're in a physical body. It's like, no, you have to have that connection in a physical body, or it's really challenging out there, so to speak. Okay, hope that helps.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Destiny has a question, and you can unmute yourself, Destiny, to share your question with Susan. Hi.
Hi, Lauren. Hi, Susann.
Hello, Destiny. Hi.
Oh, wow. I actually just had a beautiful healing with Erica. And then it was interesting because what I had experienced after that was like what we released was literally like repeated. And then it somehow showed up. So I felt like this energy within me that like just went all through my body. And I know what it was. And I'm just wondering if we could look and see, because now I'm just cold. I'm not even sure what's going on. I just feel really, really cold. Like I'm not sure if I'm fully in my body at this moment with this here. If we could.
This happened with the meditation. All of this is still happening, is what you're saying? Did the meditation
Yeah,
shift?
no, I was listening to it, but
Okay.
it was literally like I couldn't concentrate because I had this other energy.
Okay, good. So we have to be careful that we let these other energies take over and give them our power, don't we? It's like this thing was taken over and I couldn't shift it. One of the reasons we go out into the universe is we leave the body and all its stuff and the energy that's sitting in our body behind for a minute. We go to a larger dimension where it doesn't exist and go, I'm leaving you behind. I'm going to go so far out that I don't even feel you anymore. That's really important. Then you bring this in and you're going to sort of wrap it around wherever the feeling was. Okay, whether it's a pain in your stomach, understanding what the energy is won't shift it completely. I know a lot of people could probably give you that information. I could give you that information, but that's not what I want to do right now. I want you to feel as though this light that you connected to, even again, if it's just the star, you imagine it, bring it and surround this energy. And you're going to just let it melt. It will melt away in the power of the light you're bringing in that you're connected to, because the whole universe and beyond is supporting you in bringing this light in and letting this other just flush away. Can you feel that? There you go.
It was an energy like at the back of at the left side of my body that came in through the back of my neck.
Yep.
And then like the frontal brain.
Sure. So go bring the star into your frontal brain. It's an old implant from your soul challenge. So if we could do a session together, that'd be fabulous. But for now, just bring it in your frontal brain and follow the path down the back of your neck, etc. Bring that light in. And you're declaring, remember, we're connecting to abundance. I want abundance more than I want this energy in my body.
Yeah, I do. I want abundance more than I want.
Go, you really declare that and be in that larger abundant space, not just from your head. I want abundance. I want that abundance. Yeah.
I want that abundance throughout all of my being.
Yep.
body,
Yep,
soul.
and bring it in on the wavelength of the star or whatever happened in the meditation for you. Bring that star in representing that.
Oh.
It will bust it up, is what it feels like it'll happen. It will just bust it up.
But will it take this energy away, like for
Yeah,
good?
flushes it right out because you replace it with something you value more.
Oh.
So don't focus on trying to get rid of the energy, focus on bringing in the abundance. And the other can't stand the heat. Can't stand the heat. Yep, of your true power. Yeah,
Yeah.
good. Have fun with that. Let us know how it goes.
Well, I'm grateful for Erica because she's gonna let me know exactly what occurred. You know, she said that she'd send me an email and let me know exactly what was happening because there was something that I needed to understand more so.
I want you to understand, but I want you to also be able to shift it on your own and learn how to do that so it can't come back. Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Loren. And I'm grateful for Susan and Erica and all of the people that have helped me through you. You're an awesome lady. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great.
I appreciate you.
We hope you are beaming. This is our soul energy, and it makes us beam. It makes us beam. So thank you, Destiny. Okay.
Thank you.
Another question I want to get to in our final moments is that, okay, there's two. Lisa, hi Lisa. Many different energies are being integrated and feeling like expansion is happening. But how can we up-level multidimensionally?
Oh, you're going to have to say that again. I got a little distracted because I saw someone's question that asked about, does package A talk about our soul wound? Sorry, I felt like I had to answer that. Package B is what you want for the soul wound, to know yours specifically and be able to address it. And then the other part of the package takes it all to another level altogether. Not that you can't just do package A for sure. Thank you, Loren. Okay, can you say the question again?
Yeah, thanks for clarifying that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. And I do want to just say what a great value. I mean, you get both of those.
Yeah.
For $100 a personal session with you. A great value, a great value.
It is.
Let's see. All right, here it is. Lisa's question. Many different energies are being integrated and feeling like expansion is happening. But up level multidimensionally.
But what?
How can we up level multidimensionally?
Oh, well, that's exactly what we're doing now.
Yes.
Up leveling is bringing in the larger multidimensional energies into us. When we have it, it's like, we become more buoyant, more light, more up leveled. The feeling sensation is being up leveled, right? When we're beaming, we're up leveled, right? When we're in joy, when we're in appreciation, we're up leveled. Okay, in our body, which is up-leveling multidimensional self. Yeah, great. Thank you for asking that question.
And there's another one that just came in from Linda. Thank you, Linda. We will get to yours as well. But these should be quick.
Yeah.
This is from Anonymous. Do we have different strengths and personalities in the different universes, or are we basically us no matter where we exist?
Oh, we are so infinite. Oh my gosh, we are infinite. Yeah, we have, I wouldn't call it like a human personality. As a soul, we don't have personalities. We just have access to different qualities of spirit that we can play around with. One moment we can be in joy, another moment we can be in something else. We just get to play with them all. That's the fun of it. Yeah. And that's what you want to be able to do here. Yeah.
Awesome. Great. All right. And here is Linda's question. And I ask this because we can all do this. I think each one of us watching and listening feel this deep reverence for Earth, for Gaia.
Yes.
And her question is, I am so connected with Mother Gaia. Can I share this wonderful expansion with her as well, as I know she is going through this as well? I'm hoping to connect in a deeper way with her and the trees, plants, animals, etc. See, that just makes me want to cry. What's your
Yeah, absolutely. Because Mother Earth, Gaia, every part of it, the plant, I have lilac sitting here. Oh my God, you should see those. Ah, the best thing in the world. When you are in that beaming place, you're unified with the beam that they are emanating, the earth is emanating all the time. You could say it's going through a lot, but it's also connected to the oneness way more than suffering. We project our suffering on the earth. It's not suffering. It just is doing life as best it can. So be in that joyful, beaming place, touch the plants, think of the plants, don't think of them as suffering. Just hold your attention on the earth and go, I love you, earth. I'm with you. We are one. And that provides way more than being worried about it or being concerned about it suffering. You're up leveling that way, like we talked about. Okay, great.
See,
Yay. Good one.
that is a really good one. That's so powerful. And, I just want to share a quick anecdote. There's this thing across the way from me that makes a lot of noise, and it pulls rocks and crusted rocks out of the river. And it's almost like the negative aspect in the movie Avatar. I see, listening to your words there and thinking about the river herself and understanding this beaming energy that she's got this, she's okay, but we can offer her support and love. And then to see divine intervention come in where it goes days or weeks in silence. It's not a problem for like days or weeks. And so we just have to revel in that and trust that this multidimensional energy and feeling of expansionness and oneness that we're bringing in is actually doing something here on our planet. It
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much for saying that. And think of all these universes, how they're beaming into Mother Earth all the time, right? All the time. So when we tune into that, we're tuning into what is happening all the time, even though we hear horrible things, and they are horrible, but all the time this is happening. Yeah. Thank you for what you just shared. Yeah.
that. And so let's, that is the task for light workers now. As you said, parallel existences is where New Earth exists. And so we know New Earth is a vibration. New Earth is within us, is already here. So let's do the work and just hold the vibration for New Earth in the face of everything.
Yes. And as we know it, it will be. Know it and hold it to be true. Yeah. Absolutely.
And you are such a beautiful soul.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Raised our spirit, connected us with spirit, the spirit realm within us and the universe within us. Really fascinating. As we say goodbye, I just want to give you a moment for final thoughts.
Well, I don't usually do this. It sounds like I'm being a sales marketer, but the individual session for you to be able to release your biggest challenge, and our biggest challenges are up right now. They just are, just like the whole world is in its biggest challenge right now. They are up, and that's okay. To be able to release that and replace it with soul, a reunion with your soul and these parallel existences is such a gift. I can't tell you. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it still after 30 years. So take advantage of this price. I give it this price so more people can be sure to have that experience of reunion with all that your soul has to bring, so you can really feel the contribution that you have just by being alive. Yeah.
Oh, so
Mhm.
And if
Great.
you're still breathing, you are here for a purpose. And
Yes.
how easy is it? You know, we each raised our hands when we incarnated to say that. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Everyone for joining us, you beautiful hearts and beautiful lights. We love
Yes.
you, and we hope that you will take advantage of this wonderful opportunity to work with Susann. She's a gem and she can help you on your journey. Susann, thank you. This has been exquisite. I loved it.
Oh, thank you for receiving what wants to be brought in through us as individuals and collectively. Thank you, Loren, and for this beautiful community. So much appreciation. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone as well. Namaste. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to this quantum conversation, and thank you for dancing with us to the cosmic heart as
Oh, I love that video.
we raise the vibration of the planet. This show is dedicated to you and all awakening hearts as we are here to shine our bright light and amplify our love. Access all quantum conversations, special offers from our guests, and online healing retreats by visiting acoustichealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and from my sacred heart to yours, I honor your magnificent love and light. We leave you now with music from the universe. Music literally created by the universe, as musical notes were assigned to mathematical equations. The result is this beautiful music, available at acoustichealth.com. Namaste.